Amazon has a reputation for being fast-paced and high impact. After 6 months at AWS, I can say it's definitely been one of the most professionally challenging and rewarding chapters of my career. I'm Soren, and in this video, I'll share my personal reflections on what it's been like joining AWS, from adjusting to the culture, to lessons learned, to advice I'd offer anyone considering a role here. Let's dive in. Before joining AWS, I worked at Microsoft in a partner and channel-facing role. I've always been drawn to the intersection of sales, strategy, and partner enablement, and AWS offered the opportunity to operate at a whole new scale. As many of you would know, I started my career at Goldman Sachs in their investment banking division before pivoting into partner management at Microsoft. It's no secret that Microsoft has built long-standing, globally scaled technology partnerships. During my time there, I learned a great deal about cloud distribution, channel programs, and the nuances of evolving OEM engagements into strategic, software-led partnerships. I was thriving in my role, but also beginning to settle into a rhythm that dulled the urgency around my personal growth. I could see the industry shifting. AI was driving a wave of productivity, and with it came transformation across how companies operate, partner, and grow. I didn't want to be passive through that shift. Although I wasn't actively searching at that time, the opportunity to join AWS's growing distribution team stood out to me. It offered a chance to stretch myself further and take on more end-to-end ownership and apply the experience I'd gained at Microsoft in a faster moving, builder-oriented environment. That's what drew me to AWS. Here are a few things that stood out to me early on. The leadership principles are embedded in everything. At AWS, they're more than words on a wall. They're part of how teams make decisions, communicate, and prioritize. You'll hear them referenced in meetings, written in documents, and used to align on next steps. You'll need to demonstrate your ability to earn trust with your peers and partner stakeholders very quickly. The ownership culture means that you're expected to drive new initiatives and deliver results through them as they're being executed. The leadership principles are a key reason why the Amazon culture is so unique. There's a strong bias for depth and clarity. Whether it's partner data, pipeline analysis, or program impact, you're expected to understand the details and back your thinking with data. Whether you're writing a doc to pass your Embark check right, or you're providing anecdotal feedback, data points will always be asked to substantiate and strengthen your claims. Autonomy here is also real, but so is ownership. You're trusted to drive your area forward, often in ambiguous or evolving environments. That means being comfortable proposing new ideas, iterating quickly, and learning as you go. One example, within my first 3 months, I wrote my first narrative on how we can scale partner growth through strategic investment and initiatives across the region. That level of responsibility was energizing and also pushed me to ramp up very quickly. These are some of the key lessons I've picked up. Managing up is critical. Being clear with your manager on what you're working on, how it aligns with your goals, will help build trust and unlock support. Narrative matters. At AWS, we use written documents to drive clarity. It's not just about the metrics. It's about how you structure and explain your impact. Whether you're proposing a new idea or drafting your monthly business review, the standard format is always going to be a Word doc. It encourages depth of thinking and clarity in communication. Internal networks accelerate your learning. So setting up coffee chats, joining training sessions, and staying close to subject matter experts has made a big difference in how I ramped and contributed. You're working with some of the brightest minds in big tech. Take the time to learn from those around you and build your network. Your future you will thank you for that. It's a culture that encourages building. Instead of waiting for perfect processes, I've learned to start small and iterate and adapt with input from others. Invent and simplify is one of my personal favorite leadership principles, as it prompts you to adopt an innovative mindset, but to also evaluate areas where complexity can be simplified to move faster as an organization. If you're joining AWS or thinking about it, here are a few takeaways from my experience. Get familiar with the leadership principles. They're foundational to how we work. Understanding them deeply will help you navigate both conversations and decisions. It's deeply woven into our unique culture. Start documenting your work early. Writing down your impact, learnings, and wins helps with reflection, growth, and performance conversations. The strongest doc writers are often some of the highest performers at Amazon as well. Give yourself time to ramp. It's a large and dynamic organization. Don't be discouraged if you're still connecting dots in month 2 or 3. Focus on your core goals. If you ever need help, reach out to your peers or manager. No one can help if they don't know. Invest in relationships. Your peers, mentors, and cross-functional teams will be some of your best learning resources. Embrace the benefits of being in the office and meet some new people and learn more about the breadth of the organization you work for. If you're in a regional team or role, make the most of the scope and reach of your role to be curious about other sub-regions. You might learn a thing or two. 6 months in, I'm grateful for the learning curve, the scale of the role, and the opportunity to support distributors across the region. Would I recommend AWS to others? If you value ownership, thrive in dynamic environments, and want to grow quickly, it could be a great fit for you. If you have questions about what it's like to work in partner roles, tech sales, or just want to chat about career growth in cloud, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you're enjoying content like this, subscribe to the channel for more career insights, AWS experiences, and lessons from the field. See you in the next video.